Good afternoon. Welcome on in to the afternoon edition of From Day One. And this afternoon, courtesy of our friend Law Talk with Mike, will the cone killer finally be out of time?
Are you Mr. Villalobos or Mr. Rendon?
Villalobos.
Okay, come up here.
This guy's fantastic.
Okay.
He's one of my favorites all time.
Take one step. Yeah, there you go. A little bit closer up. So you have this consumption of alcohol by a minor charge that
Yes,
you
ma'am.
were supposed to take care of, and you didn't get it taken care of. Why didn't you do that?
Because he's an idiot, Your Honor.
Take care of the minor.
Yeah, you still owed money.
Lots of money.
Uh,
Stacks of money.
You didn't do your course you were supposed to do. You didn't pay.
I mean,
Your
seriously,
$1 million.
Cheech and Chong are screaming, "Get it together, man!"
going on? Why didn't you do the things you were supposed to do?
Because I don't have a brain cell, Your Honor.
I just wasn't able to get a ride to go through the course and stuff like that.
No, that has nothing to do with it. We set up an arrangement with you and you didn't follow your arrangement.
That is correct, Your Honor.
Are you in school?
No, ma'am.
Do you work?
No, ma'am. He's an idiot.
No.
Why not?
And wait for it, because the ending here is fantastic.
Okay.
Cause I work with my dad, but right now he doesn't have any jobs.
I work
What
on
does
that.
what do you help your dad do?
Kill people.
Carpet.
Okay, when was the last time you had a job?
1990.
I've never worked at a real job, like a
No, I don't believe it.
Mikey.
Yeah, why not?
I don't know, but
Because I'm an idiot, Your Honor.
You told Judge Ratliff back in May that you would get the whole thing paid within 30 days when you came and saw her. You said, I'm going to get this whole amount.
Bear in mind, Judge Hamilton's a favorite of mine. I've had her on here a lot. She is one of the nicest judges you could possibly be in front of. And she's had enough.
Oh, 30 days, Your Honor? I meant 30 weeks.
$349. You told her you'd get it all paid.
Maybe 30 years.
What happened?
I lied.
Do you know where you are?
In hell?
yeah, yes.
Where are you?
Judge
Where?
at Randall County.
Okay, what day of the week is it?
Sunday?
What day of the week?
Yeah.
Sunday? Maybe Saturday?
Okay, we're going to see you tomorrow anyway. You can go back to your pod until you can answer some questions. Go on back. We'll see you tomorrow.
Heather, you're not getting out today.
Oh man, I gotta get together.
Mr. Rendon,
That'll be a no.
I've just got, I think, 3 of them here, but it's an all-star lineup.
No
Mr.
problem.
Rendon, you saw Judge Cates back in April of 20 or March of 21. You saw her in jail and she's like the nicest person. She is just like, and make sure you show up to court tomorrow.
Right.
And you never showed up the next day.
Oh, geez.
Why did you come to court when you were supposed to?
Yeah, ma'am, I just didn't have no excuse.
I can't hear you. I told y'all to scoot.
Ma'am, I
close.
just didn't. I had no excuse. I have no excuse. I just didn't.
Okay, where do you work?
I
I
don't.
do door dashing with my mother and I do side jobs with my stepdad.
Okay, so you've always got kind of steady stuff going on?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, how much are you making?
2 cents.
I don't know, ma'am. I couldn't really honestly tell you. It varies. Say 200 a month.
Why aren't you working for a job where you
Ma'am,
make
I don't
more?
know, ma'am. I have no excuse for any of this, ma'am. I have no excuse.
Okay.
I'm just being lazy. I need to go get my driver's license again so I can get a job. I don't have my driver's license. I lost it when I was out of town.
Okay. So, Mr. Rendon, you know,
that's
I'm
all.
going to go, I'm going to go ahead and remand you. Okay.
Yeah, now
I
that you're
do think
staying.
that you could have made a good faith effort and you sure didn't do that, did you?
No.
No, ma'am.
Okay.
No, he didn't.
Okay, it's just one more day, so I'm going to give you the 2 days jail credit, yesterday and today. Tomorrow after 8 a.m., you may be released from the jail, okay?
Okay. Thank you.
Good luck. Mr. Jones?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Jones. Mr. Jones and me
Mr. Jones, it looks like
Mikey.
tell each other fairy tales.
you got a tough problem
Really?
here.
Yes, ma'am.
You've 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
27.
13 of them left.
127.
13.
Oh, 13.
Capias pro fine. Looks like one of the judges set up a payment plan with you. You know,
You
well,
told her to fuck
first of all,
off.
it looks like you got these tickets back in 2021. You know, our court was open, you know.
Yeah, we were.
I've got 6 children.
I'd like to take these defendants and form like a debate team or something, just for giggles.
That I try to take care of, and I just, like I said, life's been kind of hectic here the last couple of years. I think I had 16 of them, and I got 3 of them paid off. And like I said,
Judge, see, he's only got 13 warrants. He's got 3 of them. He's got 3 of them all taken care of and squared away. It's not where he's at; it's where he's going, Judge. You see?
I've been trying to pay one at
Going
a time that
downhill?
I can in between paychecks and taking care of my children and stuff.
You only think
I
this
just got
guy's
behind
at
on my
least doing
payments.
something?
They all went into KBS.
Yeah, all 600 of them, Your Honor.
It's not even that you got behind on your payments. You made one payment and then you made like a year later, you made another payment.
I thought I
Yes,
know
ma'am.
him.
Like I said, whenever I made the first payment, I was in between jobs and stuff, and it was, like I said, I've got 6 kids. They're crazy.
He was in
I have
between
one
jobs
kid.
and stuff.
And stuff.
Let him go.
Mostly
Baby
stuff.
mama and a whole life of nonsense, honestly. But I say everything got taken out of my house yesterday. I got an evading arrest charge because my girlfriend took everything and then proceeded to have me locked up because she knew I had warrants.
Then maybe you should take care of those.
So what efforts did you make to, what good faith effort did you make to resolve these?
Nothing.
I tried to pay off the one ticket, planned on going in and paying at least 2 more this next week. We just got done with a job downtown, the Santa Fe Depot building. And my boss told me that we were going to get a big bonus whenever we got done with that job. And I planned on trying to go in and pay some of my fines and stuff off with that. I hadn't got it yet.
What job were you working?
It was a Santa Fe Depot, downtown Amarillo.
What were you doing? I don't know.
Did all the concrete work for the whole building. I did everything.
So how long have you worked at that job?
On and off for the last 3 years, 4 years.
How much do you make there?
Now I'm making
39 cents.
almost $20 an hour. But I also have child support that they take out, $800 a month, or well, it's more than that now. So we're taking $345 a week out of my check.
Do you receive any governmental assistance?
No, ma'am, none whatsoever.
You've been at warrant since August of 2022. Do you know what causes you to go to warrant?
Not paying.
Not getting in contact, not keeping in contact.
Do you know what factors I'm supposed to look at now?
No, ma'am.
I'm to determine whether or not you made a good faith effort to resolve your fines and court costs.
Yes, ma'am.
You've even requested indigency hearings or you've sent some emails or something. And I think Judge Ratliff had replied back and said, you really need to come in here. We've emailed you, said you're supposed to appear in person with proof of your income and expenses. I mean, well, that's been 10 months ago. I think that's the last time. We set you for an indigency hearing. You didn't come to that. Made that one payment. You saw Judge Cates at that point, and we all sound like broken records here. If we tell somebody, especially somebody who owes as much as you do, we say, if you cannot make these
$8
payments,
billion.
make sure you come back and talk to us so that we can determine how to get this resolved. You've kind of painted me into a corner, Mr. Jones,
Right.
on these cases. So I am going to find that you're not indigent. You failed to make a good faith effort to resolve your fines and court costs.
You're going to
I am
jail.
going to find that your balance is $3,214.
That's
I
a
will
big
give
balance.
you the 1-day jail credit. It's $150. So your balance is going to be $30.64. You might want to see if you can get a hold of your boss and see if your boss can work something out with you. Okay? It's $150 a day credit. Good luck. You can go back to your car.
Calls the case of the people versus Janelle Manigault,
Oh, here she is. It's frustrating, but here it is.
please.
On behalf of the people.
Silvana Reed, Assistant Public Defender with and on behalf of Ms. Manigault. Could you please unmute and state your name for the record, ma'am?
Well, I thought this was a Superior case. I think it's a Superior Township case. So Mr. Williams, I know I saw him.
Yes. Good morning, Your Honor. Jamil Williams for Superior Township.
And is Miss Manigault here? Miss Manigault, you're muted.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
All right.
Sorry.
All right. I'm almost afraid to ask.
Really?
Well, I mean, I got the bench warrant uplifted and everything.
Go ahead, Judge Simpson.
September the 1st. I have been practicing, but a lot of things had came up in between that. I'd rather not say.
Okay.
Yeah, I bet you wouldn't. I'd rather not.
Rather personal.
Okay.
But
Miss Manigault. You haven't taken the test. Is that what you're telling me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Here's what I'm going to do.
Here's what we do.
Yeah, Judge Simpson's done, and you can't blame him. Boy, he's tried. We were all pulling for it, but at this point, enough.
I told you I'd stay with you, but I'm out of time. So
Okay, sir.
I'm going to adjourn it one more time to October 4th. If you can get your test in then we'll deal with it. Otherwise, we're going to do something on the case on that date. Okay?
Okay, sir.
Yeah, you'll be going to jail.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And Mr. Williams, is that it for you?
That's it for me, Judge. It was a pleasure seeing you again.
Yes. You too, sir. Take care.
You too.
Thank you, Judge Simpson, for being
Yes,
patient.
ma'am. I try. Thank you.
Thank you.
Court calls the case.
Mr. Perry, Mr. Perry, you were court was over by the time you finally made it here, and I'd already issued.
I thought some of these were interesting, but I will warn you, it's downright sane compared to Amarillo there.
You to warrant. My understanding is that you had some mechanical issues that prevented you from getting here on time. Is that accurate?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Perry, based upon your history, I did ask for a urinalysis. You were willing to do that. I appreciate that. Came back clean and great. So my inclination is just to reinstate you on the cash bond unless there's some reason I should. Ms. Bremer, any objection to that?
No, you're fine.
Mr. Perry, I'm just going to reinstate you on the bond that you already own. Not going to ask you to post another bond. So what that means is we're going to give you a new court date. I think Mr. McDaniel is already ahead of me on that. So listen to Mr. McDaniel about when you've got to be back.
Your Honor, I gave him a notice to appear for October 10th at 9 o'clock and also put on there for the trial date, October 23rd at 8:30.
Okay, so Mr. McDaniel, from our conversations with Ms. Bremer, he's already got his license back and he does qualify under that statute that allows him to pay a fee directly to the clerk, and that constitutes a no contest plea. Is that right?
Correct.
So, Mr. Perry, if you pay that fee to the clerk of court, you need to contact Mr. McDaniel, let him know that you've done that, and that will resolve the case. If you're not able to, that's your court date. Any questions, sir?
Yes, sir. Or no, sir.
All right. You're going to get out of jail this morning. Have a good day, sir. Carl Burrows. Mr. Burrows, good morning. Mr. Burrows, you're here for first appearance because you've been accused of one count of possession of controlled substance and one count of DUI. Mr. Burrows, there is probable cause for both charges. I'm going to see if Mr. McDaniel or Ms. Bremer have any additional information before I address your bond. Mr. McDaniel?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Bremer?
Your Honor, I request a reasonable bond and no possession or consumption of alcohol or illegal substances.
Thank you. So, Mr. Burrows, I did look at your history. I see some stuff. It's not super recent, but you do have multiple prior charges. I'm just going to set you the standard bond, and normally we'll set for these charges. Mr. Burrows, that's $5,000 on the felony, $2,500 on the misdemeanor. Mr. Burrows, that's cash or surety. That means you don't have to come up with all of it. You can go through a bondsman. If you go through a bondsman, then what they charge you is between you and them. It's usually around 10%, but I've certainly seen them charge less. Mr. Burrows, the other thing is you've got a condition not to possess or consume alcohol and not to possess or consume any medication unless you have a prescription for it. So, Mr. Burrows, you could be drug tested by the court or the felony court, county or felony court. So just be aware of that. And Mr. Burrows, you will use the phone in just a few minutes to try to post that bond. Do you have any questions, sir?
Yes. What's 10% of that?
If they charge you 10%, it'd be $750. If they charge you 5%, it'd be $375. Some bondsmen will take 5% up front and then let you make payments. That's something you work out with them.
I'm sorry, but it's sad to hear an adult say, "What is 10% of that?"
Yes, it is, Mikey. I'll agree with him.
No, sir.
Have a good day, sir. Caitlin Williams.
This one's a vibe.
Good morning, Ms. Williams. You're here for first
If I'm thinking
appearance.
of the right one.
For the charge, hold out of Washington County. I did pull up the warrant, Ms. Williams, because I always try to double check and make sure there's no bond on the warrant. It is a sale of methamphetamine charge. It's a very serious charge they've accused you of. It's within 1,000 feet of school or daycare or public housing facility. Miss Williams, there's no bond on the warrant. What that means is when you be held for Washington County. When you get to Washington County, you go to another first appearance. That judge there will decide if you're entitled to a bond.
Not this
Most
one.
cases, you are entitled to a bond unless you're already on probation or unless you are on some type of pretrial release. But that judge over there will make that call. Any questions, ma'am?
No, sir.
All right. Have a good day, ma'am.
All right, I think of a different one.
Kiana Williams.
She had green on, or blue. Maybe this one. Oh yeah, this one. This is the one.
Ms. Williams, good morning. You're here for first appearance, charged with one count of petty theft or retail theft. Ms. Williams, there is probable cause for the charge, ma'am. And I'm going to appoint Mr. McDaniel's office to represent you and ask that you listen to your attorney, Mr. McDaniel.
Your Honor, I spoke to Ms. Williams. At this point in time, she's going to enter a plea of no contest to the charge as listed. The understanding, she'll be sentenced to 30 days in the county jail. She'll have 2 days jail credit. There'll be a $370 fine, and she'll be adjudicated guilty.
And Ms. Bremer, is that agreeable with the state?
It is, Your Honor.
Ms. Williams, did you hear that agreement, ma'am?
Yes, sir.
Do you have any questions about that agreement?
I mean, they came to my house and said I stole the stuff. Like, that could have been anybody.
Yeah, it could have been until they took you back to the dollar store and the person that identified you. So the person that took you to the dollar store identified.
This judge, she just calls it right out. It could have been, but I don't think it was. They drug you back there and everybody identified you.
And the clerk in the dollar store identified you. So if they're wrong and it wasn't you, then you certainly can plead not guilty. I'll be glad to set you a bond. You've been out of jail less than 2 weeks, though, so that doesn't, your history is not going to help you. But if you want to resolve it today, Ms. Williams, you certainly can. If you want to wait and see what happens, then we'll certainly give you that opportunity.
I don't know what that stuff means. Like, I don't know. Like, a bond, what does that mean? How long I'm going to be?
All right, I'll just set you a bond for today's purposes. If you post it, you'll be released. It is a second-degree misdemeanor. She's been out of jail about 2 weeks. Your bond's going to be $3,500 cash or surety. Your bond has a condition, no contact. What's that, Dollar General or
Yes, Your Honor.
General Dollar, or what's the other one called? Family Dollar.
It was the Dollar General, Your Honor.
No contact with any Dollar General while you're out on bond. You'll get to use the phone in a few minutes, Miss Williams, to try to post the bond. Okay, ma'am? Have a good day. So we've got Michael Gilmore next. Mr. Gilmore, good morning. You have a hold out of Bay County. I pulled it up this morning to look at the warrant, sir, and it was a failure to appear for a pretrial warrant issued by Judge Stevenson, and it's got no bond on it.
Have you ever had a failure to appear?
Possibly. Mr. Gilmore, you're going to be held until you can get to Bay County and try to get this case resolved. Mr. Gilmore, you're going to be down there in the next several days. It's possible you'll go today. It's also possible that you'll go within the next 4 or 5 working days. When you get to Bay County, you'll go to another first appearance there. But right now, the warrant they've issued has no bond on it. Any questions, sir?
Okay.
Have a good day, sir.
Yes, sir. You too.
Thank you. After Mr. Gilmore, we have Jeremy Malone. So, Corporal, I'm gonna need some help on Mr. Malone. Sergeant, who's in the room since the corporal stepped out?
Yes, sir.
So, Sergeant, I don't see what I normally see in Mr. Malone's case. Normally what I see
This guy's out there too. Another vibe.
is a teletype saying, "We will pick him up in Florida." I don't see that, but I'm not sure if y'all have paperwork I don't have. So my question is, has Texas said we will pick him up if he waives extradition?
Yes, we what happened was he went to felony court yesterday and was sentenced to time served. We ran warrants check and seen he had a warrant in Texas, so we contacted them by phone and they said they would pick him up.
Okay, let me ask that because that's unusual to me. Normally I see a written confirmation from that state they'll pick him up. Is that just normally what I see, or is that the actual policy to get something in writing?
There is something in writing. We have it.
Saying they'll come and get them? Not saying there's a warrant, but saying they'll pick him up.
We have a full extradition warrant, which means they will come get him. That's what's entered in the system with full extradition.
I understand that. That's in every case you have a full extradition warrant, almost every case. My question, what I thought y'all did is law enforcement would contact them and say, please send something in writing saying you'll come and get him. Then they respond with something in writing and we hold them. I just don't want him sitting here for weeks and then somebody say, we don't know what you're talking about. We're not coming to Florida. It's too far.
Yeah, we don't have it in writing. Like I said, we contacted them by phone and they said that they would. They gave us the information to send them the waiver to.
So, Mr. McDaniel, what I want to do is go ahead and go through the waiver of extradition process. I'm going to ask the jail to bring him back up tomorrow. I'm going to ask the jail to request written confirmation before first appearance tomorrow that they want to pick him up. I don't think that's asking too much. I don't know anything about the charge there. If they want to come get you, Mr. Malone, we're going to hold you what Florida law says we have to. But I want them to come get you if they say they're going to come get you from Texas. So I'd like them to send something in writing, which we see in almost every case, virtually every case. We have something in writing saying we're going to come get Mr. Malone. So I'm going to ask you to listen to Mr. McDaniel on the waiver of extradition process. But my plan is to see you again tomorrow.
Yes, sir.
Your Honor, I went over the process with him. He's going to voluntarily sign it. We're also going to just request support to ask the jail to send us a copy of that request. And if they do have a request from him, there's no need to bring him up for first appearance if they have a written request from him.
I think that's perfect. And Mr. Malone, do you have any questions about that waiver of extradition process?
No, sir. Just that I was incarcerated on January 4th this year, and I was supposed to go to court down there in Texas, which I was headed down there before they arrested me. They gave me time served on the Pensacola charge and everything, and then they had another warrant to Bay County. Bay County gave me 60 months probation, and then they extradited me here, saying I had a hold here and in Liberty County for the failure to appear.
Don't you hate it when you commit offenses in multiple jurisdictions and it just gets all confusing?
I got time served here. I was hoping to. My lawyer was supposed to did a global plea resolution, but he never did that. And they said that he was going to try and get it looped up to where I could.
Yeah, global resolution involving multiple states is difficult. I don't know how to put it to you.
Just get released from here, go to my probation in Bay County, and go and to take care of my thing in Texas.
You about Texas, so.
When you say Liberty County,
Well,
when you say Liberty County, you mean when you say Liberty County, you mean Liberty County, Texas, not Liberty County, Florida, correct?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. So what's going to happen today is if you waive extradition, then
Also, when you're committing offenses in multiple jurisdictions, try not to get that ambiguity of the same county in two different states.
All right, with that, Mikey, yeah, he'll have to come back tomorrow. I am going to have to leave you there. Thank you for watching from day one this afternoon. We'll see you tonight.